And I'm just going to be redundant as hell. And in the bottom hand side, oh my god, in the bottom left hand side of the map, spawning as the blue Protoss, it is Junior Green Wings SOS, the world champion.
And spawning in the top right position, representing CM Storm, it is Red Terran player Polt.
Polts.
Captain America.
Captain of... Really, Taylor? What happened? We messed up the camera again.
No, we got it.
Did we?
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, okay, we're
Got
good.
it.
We're good.
We
I thought you were quoting like me messing up Captain America. I was like, wait, did I not say that correctly?
No,
I
you did.
actually thought I didn't say it correctly.
So here's a very quick probe scout by SOS. And Taylor, you have to carry this cast as TVP is far from my specialty.
Okay. Well, he is going to probe scout. This is pretty standard. You might just poke up here just to try to pull another SCV off. But knowing Polt, he'll probably go into two things. He'll probably either go into the double barracks, which is just for a quicker stem with a safety cyclone, or he'll go Reaper expand into a 1-1-1. But he's not taking any gas right now, and I think that was on purpose. He's just going to go gasless, which is the first time I've ever seen him do it.
It's a Rack CC, so very similar to what Ryang was doing, except Ryang was going for a CC first. Still probably a similar follow-up, adding additional barracks before adding additional gases.
Yeah,
That's
double
what
gas
we're gonna
probably, see. Just to compensate for it.
Yeah, and one Marine already being produced. I would not be surprised if this turns into a combat shield timing, because it's my favorite build in PvP. That build is designed for me because then I don't have to micro the Reaper and mess up my control in any way, shape, or form. There's the first extra barracks, and we're probably expecting one more as no gas has
Polt
been taken up until now.
The one of the few Terrans that actually don't like getting a third rack. They actually like getting a factory after the second rack.
But there's no gases going up yet, so I would expect the third
that's
racks.
true. Never mind. That was off of Reaper Scout, and he didn't even do that. So yeah, correct. 3 racks going up, and probably a double gas to compensate for the for everything. Now we gotta see what SOS is gonna go into. Robo, so pretty standard.
No gases still by Polt, by the way.
Oh wow, so this is a third CC?
It could very well be.
This is like as greedy as you can get with when it comes to CCs. Oh, he's going to throw around double racks, so double gas.
Double gas now. Pretty late double gas though. So I guess he just wants to produce a bunch of Marines. It still wouldn't surprise me to see something like a combat shield timing, as he's going to be producing massive amounts of Marines and might be able to apply some pressure onto SOS, who by the way scouted Polt but didn't decide to go for a third Nexus like he did against Ryang upon seeing the pretty much the same exact opener. Well, not the exact same.
Well, he did
opener.
lose that game.
He did lose that game, but he got a pretty big lead from that. That was just great play from Ryang, and we're gonna see if Polt is able to do what the Axiom Terran was able to do on this map. He sacrifices a Marine and tries to scout with it, but not gonna be able to. The Stalker, again, the choice
Stalker's
for
an
SOS.
interesting choice.
I really like it because Stalkers can kite Marines for days until they get stim, and that's gonna be a while from now. Wow, look at this! A Warp Prism and the Robotics Bay. Is that what it's called? So we are very likely to see something like Disruptor drops.
Or even War Prism speed. It could be a multitude.
I think it will be Warp Prism speed with Disruptor drops.
It's so hard to defend because the War Prisms are like with that Gravitic Drive, I think it's called.
Gravitic Drive?
Yeah, they are just so fast.
Yeah, they're incredibly fast. And the Adept here serving as a scouting tool for SOS, who is finally taking that third Nexus, still pretty greedy and pretty fast.
There we go.
And there's the Gravitic Speed with, or the Gravitic Drive with the first, what do you call that thing? Disruptor.
Yep. This build is actually, the counter to it is pretty much keeping units on the outside of on the outside edges of your base, pretty much not giving the Disruptor enough time to actually get the shot off.
SOS or Polt actually going for extremely fast turrets, potentially at the mineral line. Let's check out the position of those turrets if we may in Polt's main. So actually to the outskirts of the basin.
Turrets.
Yeah, they are War Prism turrets. So how did Polt scan? Did we miss a scan? Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it looks like Polt saw the what he should be expecting from SOS. So the turrets are a great way to section that off. I'm
Yeah.
moving out right now.
Yeah, this is actually pretty scary because the disruptor, like, if SOS wanted, he probably could have like went a little bit ahead and shot the disruptor shot.
Yeah, and Polt is pushing a little bit behind or before he gets stim, so this could be extremely dangerous for him. The disruptor of SOS could still catch Polt on the retreat, but choosing instead to wait for the second disruptor and go, so that works as well. We'll see if SOS is going to find any room to harass Polt with. He also has an observer, which is going to give him a heads up as of to where the turrets may be located from Polt here. And let's see what this War Prism is able to accomplish, if anything at all. So it will be well met by the first two turrets, but he's not going to care too much about that. I'm going to go into the mineral line anyway. Kills two SCVs. Great split by Polt.
Definitely not paying for itself, especially if he loses that. Oh my gosh, SOS, please don't lose
Viking
that.
is in production now by Polt, by the way. So SOS feels the pressure to try and get out of here. Where's the next turret by Polt? I think it's pretty close by, but not close enough. Nope. So he is gonna be able to get out of there. And again, it's not a thing where he could just sit there, because he knows that Polt has a starport, and if Polt is a smart player, and we all know that he is a brilliant player, he would be getting a Viking as he is to finish that War Prism off. But the War Prism actually dropped the disruptors one more time. They didn't accomplish much of anything. He might be able to deny or delay the CC here. Oh, or get a couple of Marauders. Nope, nothing. And the Viking. He got him. He got it with a flank. So great job there by Polt. That's such a big investment for SOS. It's not just the fact that he was that it was the two disruptors. It's the War Prism investment, the two disruptors, the gravitic drive, the robotics bay. All of those things for two SCVs. Just absolutely not worth it for SOS. But we're gonna see if he's able to capitalize on the investments of Polt on the other end, which were mostly turrets and the Viking, and those are the things that are not going to help him hold an attack like what SOS is doing. So we'll see if he can actually take advantage of this in any way, shape, or form. Looks like the answer is most likely going to be no, with Liberator already in position for Polt. So good job on both ends, but mostly on Polt's end, just brilliant defense there.
Oh, sorry. As we see,
literally falling asleep.
I didn't mean to. The SOS is actually getting a second War Prism. Knowing that the War Prism, like, having no War Prism out on the map, killing the War Prism from Polt actually, like, relieves him to do basically all offense, attacking into the Protoss player without having any, like, he could just parade push pretty much, but the War Prism actually
not leaving any units back, essentially.
Yeah. But this push is actually pretty strong from SOS.
Yeah.
There's only one Liberator and two Widow Mines, so...
the mines could be good, or they could work against him as well, so he has to be really careful. Let's see what he's able to accomplish with that. He does shift in, and the Adept's actually soaking up some of that Widow Mine shot and killing, or helping to kill the Liberator, but so many Adepts left or dead in the process.
Yeah, the War Prism's still alive though, so he can continue to warp in, and the force field on the ramp is going to be the more annoying part.
He kind of misses it though.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and the SCVs are...
The SCVs are not attacking. This is actually a big blunder by Polt, but is it going to be enough? Not many Adepts left over, so those SCVs are actually going to tank so much damage from the Immortals and the Stalkers, and it looks like Polt might be able to hold. It's still a close fight. The War Prism has to be extremely careful, as there's still
sticking out.
The Viking in play. Now with two Liberators, Polt should be able to finally hold this, but he sieges both in the same area actually, and that might be a little bit of a mistake. The Widow Mines are about to come off cooldown. But yeah, the attack is fended off by Polt.
But at what cost? Because SCVs were pulled at the time.
Yeah.
24.
24 indeed, but if we look at the work at the supply, Polt has a big advantage on that regard. So, yeah.
You'll
still
nullify
63,
that out, yeah.
63 probes left over for SOS, or SOS has 63 probes, so definitely an economic lead. The longer Polt waits, the bigger SOS will grow in numbers.
Yeah. I think SOS is looking to take a fourth, as we see. He is opting to take that fourth farther away. It's I'm not really sure why. It's like semi-ninja expansion, but the War Prism is going to come in with the Adepts, and it's actually going to get caught by the Viking right away. We'll see if he commits to it. Nope, doesn't. And if Polt was microing that, he would have actually taken it out, but...
You think so?
Actually, with the Gravitic Drive, yeah,
no.
never mind. If it wasn't Gravitic Drive, he would have.
Yeah.
For sure. But
Ghosts already looking to be added to Polt's arsenal here, and amazing upgrades by Captain America, already working on his +3 attack.
yeah,
While SOS is only working on his +1 weapons for the time being.
we saw when Polt was playing in World War III, the last root tournament that we casted, that he does like going for those relatively quick ghosts for those EMPs, just because when you face a large number of adepts, and if you strip away the shields, like Immortal Adept, it's pretty much they all melt if they don't have the shields. I mean, that's how Protoss usually works, because that's a majority of their, or a substantial amount of their health. Kind of like a semi-doom drop is actually getting cleaned up by these pylons and the mushroom core, because
Good focus fire, by the way, on that medevac by SOS with the pylons. And a little bit of a
SOS,
poke
you gotta get your War Prism out there. It will be able to slightly outrun the Liberator unless it takes a sharp turn, which it does, and we'll see.
There's still the Viking floating around there somewhere, so SOS has to be really careful. But I don't think that Polt has noticed that the War Prism is still alive. On the other end of things, Polt did manage to do a little bit of damage, and SOS continues to be sneaky. Great job from Rob from production catching all of the action right now. The War Prism's gonna fly straight into the Viking, and look at Rob from production not missing a beat. This fourth will get denied for the most part by the looks of it by the Stalkers, but Stalkers don't have a lot of DPS, so he has to be really careful. Great EMP by Polt, and with this many Marauders, I'm not sure that this is gonna go the way of the World Champion. He's gonna get pushed back. Now Polt with a substantial lead in supply.
And taking out that second War Prism, I feel like Polt feels like after he establishes the fourth, he can just push into the Protoss player. Having Ghost, having the bio units.
And look at the natural of SOS doing a little bit more damage. Yes, he could push Taylor, but he could also just bite his time and take advantage. And
he killed the fourth. I didn't even see that.
So Polt is going to have an economic lead in taking his fourth. So I think he can just push back. He's even getting a planetary fortress, being extra safe. SOS is going to try to harass it. Might actually be able to get it. He will. There's no SCVs to repair here. Great move by SOS. Evening things out in terms of economy. Actually getting himself ahead in terms of... Oh, never mind. It's a few workers died. From SOS. So Polt barely behind in workers, and with 3 orbital commands is going to be pulling ahead in income for sure. A close game, but Polt with a significant...
and that's just a huge amount of bio.
And look at that. There's just no High Templars or any AoE units. No Colossus, no High Templars, no Disruptors. So no chance here for SOS, who's going to drop game number 1 to Captain America.
Yeah, really solid game from Polt. The War Prisms didn't really do much. The disruptive investment didn't pay out, and then he even went for a second War Prism, and that got taken out with minimum damage, I would say, from the whole investment.
Definitely. Yeah, just losing 4 of those adepts. Just really, really clean play by Captain America. We are playing on the